Hey guys, you're watching the final episode of Campus Talks. I'm today's host, Ina. We also have Max, Aiden, and Haley. And today we wanted to make this episode special, so it's all about you. On our Instagram, we ask you to share your wildest, weirdest, and like most awkward stories from your campus life, and you did it. So that's insane. And today we're gonna read it. Of course, it will be all anonymously, and we will have some discussions after each story. So, ready, guys? Okay, so the first story is it was final week. I hadn't slept in 36 hours. I took my blanket to the library and crawled under the table to nap. When I woke up, someone had left me a note that said, "You're doing amazing, sweetie." I cried. So, my question for you guys, was it the most sleep deprived you've ever been during finals?
I can start. I think the most sleep deprived I've ever been is probably like, honestly, I don't think I've ever been sleep deprived going into finals. Maybe like, I don't know, I didn't notice it, but I had like probably like 5 hours of sleep studying all night. That's not bad. That's not sleep deprived.
Mm-mm. Yeah.
Have y'all?
I mean, yeah, because it's hard for me sometimes because I work so late at night. I have to like go home and study until like 3 or 4 in the morning, and wake up the next day and start studying again. So
Yeah. What about
Probably.
you?
Yeah, I'm like still asleep deprived.
Oh.
But yeah, no. It comes and goes.
Sleep's important. I mean, you gotta get it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel
no,
like that's
I
one
love
thing
it.
I try to get before a test is like try to go to sleep.
Right, but I always say like, okay, you're either gonna choose like studying all night or sleeping.
But I feel
And
like you have a
some-
better shot taking the test, like at least fully aware and not like drowsy than like you.
Everyone always says that, but
Yeah.
then you feel all crazy waking up, like, oh my goodness, I wasted all that time sleeping.
You study in the morning too. You can-
And that never.
Yeah, that never happens.
Yeah, it's a little cramping right before. Yeah.
No. I always say that, oh yeah, I'll study in the morning, and then that never happens. So I'm like,
By the way, do you prefer like study at night or in the morning? Are you like morning birds or
I'm a night person.
Yeah, me
yeah,
too.
I'm
Yeah,
definitely
definitely
that
at night.
person.
yeah?
Especially because sleeping right after you study helps.
Uh-huh.
We talked about that
Yeah, exactly.
True.
in the other episode.
Right.
So another quick question: what helps you survive the pressure of finals and deadlines?
I don't know. For me, it's just the paper. Like,
I don't know.
I don't do anything until like right before it's due, and then I lock in and just get it done.
Yeah.
True.
It's-
Yeah.
And I feel like the pressure of the deadline
Yeah.
somehow like makes me work better.
Yeah.
Same.
It gives you so much anxiety. You like freak out and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like the same because I cancel all my plans. I mean, it's just like don't put plans before finals. I dive into work, into studying, and then like, woo, here I am.
Like how many days before?
Maybe 2, 1.
Okay, yeah. So
Yeah,
like the day before.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so we can move on to another story. So we had a group presentation in a huge lecture hall. I was in charge of the slides. Right before presenting, I opened the wrong slide, a meme folder called Only for Depression Times. The first slide was a cat screaming, "Drop out now." Everyone saw it. The professor said, "I'll come back to that later," but he didn't. So, have you ever had a tech fail in front of the whole class?
I've definitely seen them before.
Yeah.
Like people just accidentally putting stuff up on the TV and then it just not being.
Uh-huh.
Or like, yeah. Or like a video will play and it'll be playing the entire time and they go through it.
Okay.
Or like, have you guys like ever played with like airdrop?
Yeah.
Oh god.
I love that.
During someone like presenting, or have you just airdrop?
No, I just like you're sitting in class, he's like giving presentation, nobody's presenting but the professor, and you're like airdropping like crazy. Well, because you can do it like to your computer.
Yeah.
And stuff. I like it. I think it's funny.
But do you do it just like the people around you or like people you don't know?
Whoever accepts.
Really?
Whoever, if you got airdrop on, I'm
What do you
saying
send
that.
That's crazy.
Whatever we got. But I think it's good. I've been in like times where I've been like in the airport or something.
And you airdrop people?
I won't, but someone sent it to me before, and then I was like, okay, I'm tapping into this. This is good.
I've seen it on planes and stuff.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
It's
It
funny.
is funny.
It's like some random stuff too.
I remember that from like high school. I haven't
Right.
I haven't dealt with that in college.
No, you gotta bring it back.
By the way, do you remember pandemic times?
Mhm.
I mean, did you have like classes online? in
Yeah.
Zoom?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. I mean, once I forgot to mute my microphone.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I mean, thank God I didn't say anything embarrassing, but it was my cat who was screaming. And the professor was like, whose cat is screaming?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah. But yeah.
Yeah, I did that one time. I went. It was like one of the like last Zoom classes we had before we graduated, and I just like put my feet on the camera the entire
Are you
class.
serious?
Yeah.
Are you
I just laid on the couch and I just like flipped the camera to my feet, and my teacher didn't say anything. And then my buddy did the same thing, and she got mad at him.
That's
It
hilarious.
was so funny.
Story. I once walked into a lecture 30 minutes late, totally out of breath. I sat down, opened my notebook, and realized I didn't recognize anyone. It hit me. I was in the wrong building. But I was too embarrassed to leave, so I took notes on a subject I don't even study. I still have them. So, would you rather walk out mid-lecture or pretend you belong?
Walk out with
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll walk in mid lecture.
Yeah. I've done that. Walk into the wrong classroom, and you can tell though, because you just feel like you don't belong,
Yeah.
and then you're kind of like
And
questioning
everyone
people
knows.
around you. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you just, I don't know. I would leave.
You like look around and don't recognize the people. You're like,
Yeah.
where am I?
I once emailed my professor to break up text by mistake instead of my assignment. He replied with, I'm sorry you're going through this. Also, C+. If you were
plus.
like grade.
It's kind of rude.
So, if you were the professor, what would you reply?
Not C+. I would
Okay.
I'd be kind of mad.
Rude.
Like, broke up C+. Yeah, that's at least like you got to be nice.
I always start taking sides.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think I would even respond.
Yeah. And just like
It's
talk
just
to them after
always
class, be like,
don't.
hey,
Yeah.
like maybe check who you're sending your emails to before you send
Yeah,
them.
like maybe to take in person.
But
Yeah.
you know it's gonna be so awkward
Oh,
when
yeah.
we see them face to face.
Yeah. That would be super.
No.
And have you ever sent messages like to the wrong person by mistake? Like to professor or
Not to a professor.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
think so.
not-
Not to a professor. I
Yeah,
don't really.
definitely not professor.
Yeah. But
Personally,
yeah, he definitely texted the wrong person.
yeah.
okay. So during orientation, I confidently gave a campus tour to a group of confused freshmen. I wasn't a tour guide, I was also a freshman. I still don't know where the physics building is.
I couldn't tell you what the physics building is.
Yeah, me neither.
So
Do you know where it is?
Yeah.
Where?
It's like, you know where the biz is? This is the biz, and the physics is right here, and this other one. Like, this
Okay.
is the
It's the
Soval
building
biz.
right by
It's
it?
this one.
Okay.
You always see people walking up
Yeah.
them stairs.
Yeah,
and,
yeah, yeah. Is it the big gray one?
Yeah, and they have like those, and it's like the arches
Yeah.
where it says physics, and then on the building next to it is like astrology or whatever,
Oh,
and
yeah,
they have
yeah,
the star
yeah.
parties.
Yeah, they have the giant telescope. I've never seen them use it, but like
Yeah.
it's got the big dome on it.
Yes, yeah, it's good, and they have like LED lights at the bottom.
Really?
It's cool.
Have you been in it?
I went to Star Party once, so
Really?
it was good.
You
It's
gotta
fun.
explain it.
Well, it's like you walk up, and I mean, I think I found out about it through like Twitter. I don't even remember, but this is freshman year. And so then, well, I honestly didn't find out about it. Anyways, I show up to the Star Party, and I'm like, oh my goodness, and they have like different telescopes, and then there's professors there, and they're like telling you. I'm pretty sure it was like a full moon or something like that. I don't know.
It's pretty cool.
And then we just like
Watch stars. Or just like hung out, listen to music.
yeah, and, like the professor was like talking and trying to tell us like all the stuff.
Not even paying attention.
Like business. But it's good.
Sounds fun. I've never even heard of a star party. Like a legit
Right?
one, like,
That's what I'm saying.
I know the
But
ones you get in like lower school, like the Star Tents or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Star Lab.
Yeah.
You ever do Star Lab?
You know what that is?
it must be.
It's pretty cool. It's
What
pretty
is
cool.
it?
You like, it's a big dome that's inflatable and it's pitch black in there, and they put like a light and it shows all the constellations in it, and you just go
No.
sit there as a little bit. Yeah, you can tell maps and stuff.
Yeah.
Are you
Yeah,
serious?
it's so
Yeah.
cool.
It's amazing. Yeah,
Wait, schools had these?
yeah. Or my school did.
Your schools had
Yeah.
this?
One day you go take a nap in there and shit.
No. That's great.
So be honest, have you ever ghosted a group project?
I've definitely been ghosted in a group
Yeah.
project. Not,
Yes.
I've never been the one ghosted.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It sucks though. I mean, there's in my other class with our teacher, there's a group that one of the partners hasn't been in class like all year, I think, and hasn't been responding to their stuff. So they've had to do everything with that one person.
Dang.
That would
Scared.
suck.
That's tough.
Yeah.
So-
You got to carry your load.
Yeah.
What's like the strategy to deal with teammates who just don't do their part of work?
Just reaching out to them,
Yeah.
like constant communication.
Mhm.
So at least you're trying and you can show your teacher that. Because it's not your fault at the end of the day. You
Yeah.
can always tell your teacher and they'll get
Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as you're like trying and you show them you're trying, like they'll understand.
Mhm.
They know it's not your fault.
Yeah.
definitely.
And then just go ahead and like do the work regardless of
Yeah.
whether or not they're gonna show up.
Yeah.
Because it's gotta get done somehow.
Yeah.
Whether they're there
It
or not.
sucks, but yeah, it's definitely
Yeah.
something you have to do.
Yeah, I mean, imagine for example, there is a huge project and you can like handle it just on your own.
Hmm.
So you alert the professor before the failure, or you could like show up the only one and was like, I was the only one who been working on that. I didn't succeed, and like how
Good.
does it work for you? Or like when you can like change stuff and professor can talk to these guys.
I think
Forget about it.
do you mean like what do you do when like the people don't show up?
Yeah, for
You still
example,
fail.
yeah, like I try to reformulate it. So you talk to your professor and say like there are like those who ghost me before the like presentation, or like you just come and you say like, well, we failed because like other guys didn't work.
Usually, I mean,
So you try to fix
I've never
the
been ghosted
things-
like at the end. Usually it starts at the beginning or like
Yeah.
halfway through.
Yeah, true.
So you kind of have a little time to like tell your teacher that they're not contributing.
Okay.
I've never had that would be terrible to have it
Yeah.
happen like the final presentation
Yeah.
before and they don't show up and you haven't prepared their slides and you got to talk about it. I mean, I'm sure you just have to like kind of read off the slides. I feel like the teacher would be understanding.
Yeah, they would give
Yeah.
some
They
grace.
probably
I feel
understand.
like
Yeah, for
like
sure.
I leave most teachers.
Yeah, no, I had one time like a girl like did it over Zoom, and so we just kind of like clicked over her part.
Really?
Like,
Oh, like y'all were all in person and she was on
and she
Zoom.
was on Zoom, and I was like, that works and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's like cool, but then it's like, okay, like watch the Zoom on your own time and let us just like, because it's messing up the momentum.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, okay, let's just skip over that part. So we skipped over it, and I'm like, okay, she sent you the Zoom.
Yeah.
You can watch it.
Yeah.
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 That's
It
fair.
doesn't really matter if the people watch it, like the people in class see it. It's
Right,
all about
they'll
the
really
teacher.
never know. But so yeah, like honestly, like I would recommend just skipping over that part and acting like it doesn't exist
Yeah.
because.
Yeah.
That's fair.
But I don't know. It just kind of depends on the situation, and also I'm sure the professor would be more than
Yeah. I feel like and there's not a teacher that's
exactly.
Yeah.
They're gonna be understanding.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wouldn't even fret.
Okay, now it's time to change gears. So we can play like game, pass or trash. So I say think and you decide pass or trash.
Mhm.
Okay, so showing up to class hungover.
trash.
Yeah.
Trash.
It's
Gotta be
There's
trash.
no way
Terrible
past it.
experience.
Did it happen to you?
Wait, does passing?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. 9 a.m.s? Oh my god.
Dude,
It's
it's-
9 a.m. on a Wednesday and you go out for a $2 Tuesday, get destroyed, and then you wake up at like 8 a.m. and go and you just have to make it through the class. You don't even
Right.
you're not really learning.
Yeah.
You're just there.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember the story in my home university in France. Like, when it's like some parties for students, it's on Thursday evening. And when you have like classes on Friday morning, like 8:30. And once I remember it was like a really tiny classroom, and there was like a grand, like big party for students, like day before.
Mhm.
And when I came in, it was so horrible, like the smell. But like our professor, he was understandable because I think like he was maybe the same during his like young age.
Yeah.
So he was like, okay, guys, let's just get down to business, you know?
Yeah.
So he didn't didn't like
He didn't care.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. okay.
I don't know. I feel like American teachers probably aren't as lenient on
They're-
showing
they're
up
definitely-
hungover.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah, they're
uh-uh.
definitely not.
Yeah. I don't know why, but I don't know. I've heard people go to do study abroad, and you can probably attest to this, but you like drink with your teacher or like go out with your teacher sometimes.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I like one of my professors like invited us to this like samba thing.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome.
He was so drunk. He was more drunk than the rest
Yeah,
of us.
yeah. And then he shows up for class the next
And
day.
he showed up and he was like, yeah.
Like
He was,
nothing
it was
happened.
great, but
Yeah.
he was like literally more drunk than I. I was like, bro,
That's
I
awesome.
gotta catch up.
Yeah.
That's interesting because like there is a cultural aspect of this.
Yeah.
In France, there is a like really high hierarchy distance between like for example boss and employees. Like the same thing with teachers and students.
Mm.
So we just can't do this. I mean, I would love to, but I mean, well, it's not like it can like damage their image as a professor.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So
I
Yeah.
think that might be. I don't know.
If you care.
Yeah.
that does play a
It
big part.
depends.
But and also I feel like it depends like what you're like working towards as a professor
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And like also like maybe where you're located. Because here I feel like maybe here, Europe, it might matter a little bit more than like South America or something.
Yeah.
So
Because like the drinking culture here and there is way different.
Yeah.
I mean, it happened to me twice, but you just like you don't show that you've been hanging out with this professor. So like
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
just this kind of relationship between professor and student, like neutral.
Yeah. I feel like it's pretty professional here.
Yeah, I
in the
know,
United States.
yeah.
I feel like it might be a little more casual. Like
Yeah.
you can hang out. Like I'd never go out with Mrs. Booth. I mean, I would if I could. Don't Mrs. Booth. I would love to go out with you, but I don't think that's something that you would want to do because
Yeah.
right. I mean she did make the like New Orleans comment.
Yeah. It's like
Right.
if you see us there, don't say hi. She doesn't want to see. Yeah, but
It makes sense.
I
Um,
understand.
yeah.
Yeah, so let's move on. Still not knowing where your classrooms are in week 3.
Oh, that's
Oh, no.
me every time.
no,
Right.
I'll go like the whole. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'll go the whole year without knowing. Like, I mean, okay, I'll eventually learn, but
yeah.
first month or two, I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah, but to be honest, the campus territory is just immense.
It is,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
It's
like
big.
there is, I remember when I just came to the Norman, they gave me like a map, but I didn't use it because I have Google Maps.
yeah.
So of course it's like more convenient. But how long did it take you to just get used to the location of your buildings where you have classes, etc.?
Probably a semester.
Yeah, I was gonna say after
That's the
after
thing.
my first semester, I kind of
Because most of them are in the same building.
Yeah.
Unless you're doing
Mhm.
it like, or at least for all of our majors, it's all kind of in price scale.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like we're at all just the rooms in price.
Yeah.
Like
That is
upstairs
true,
on
yeah.
the second,
Yeah.
third floor.
The
They
old sides. The
all
old
look the
side.
same.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember like yesterday my friend like we wanted to meet up, and he asked me like where in Price College you are. I was like, let's meet at the main entrance because I didn't know how to explain
I
like.
feel like there's like 4
Yeah,
different
there's-
buildings. There's like this one in there. Yeah.
Okay, next one. Doing your homework 20 minutes before the deadline.
I say trash. I don't do that. Not 20 minutes before.
Yeah,
not 20
No,
minutes, but
I mean,
like
yeah. I'll do it like the day before or like the morning before.
I'll do the day of.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
a couple hours before.
Yeah.
Yeah, a couple of
Couple
hours.
hours.
That's
before,
that one's
yeah.
a pass, but
Yeah.
20 minutes. I don't
20
care.
minutes.
Unless it's 11:59 and then I'm doing it at like I'm
Yeah.
finishing it up at 55 or
Mhm,
something.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's fresh.
Yeah.
Okay. Sleeping in the front row of a lecture.
Oh,
Yeah.
I had experience doing that.
Same for me.
It's terrible. And like, so you know, the accounting classes here are giant.
Yeah.
Right.
And in that big room at Price, like,
150.
yeah, like 300 people room.
Mhm.
Walked in late, and it was like me and 3 of my friends, and we had to go sit at the very front. And the teacher came up and started talking to us, and I was
Are you
like, oh, it was terrible.
Who was it? Was it Kern or what's his name?
Doolin.
Doolin.
Doolin, yeah, it was
Oh
Doolin.
gosh,
yeah.
that's even
It's a
worse.
tough, management. It's a tough class.
Yeah.
I hate that class. No, hey, it's a hard class.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like every great professor that I've ever loved, I've like fallen asleep.
In their
Like
class?
in their class, and it's always the first class, and it's like the nodding thing, and it's
Yeah.
like you're trying to stay awake, but it's like it doesn't matter. Like the more hard, like the harder you try, the like tougher.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is true.
But
By the way, have you ever had this moment when, for example, you said like eye contact with your teacher and they start to like give the lecture only for you
Yeah.
because they're looking only at you.
You feel like you can tell that they're staring at you. They
Yeah.
know you're like nodding off.
I mean, at the same
Mm-hmm.
time, I just like I stop listening to him because I'm trying to like to act like yeah I'm in all ears. What he's saying. I don't understand a word, so that's awful.
Yeah.
Same for you.
I feel like there's
Yeah, I do
definitely
that all the
teachers
time.
that'll like or at least the people that talk the most, they'll like definitely
Yeah.
go to those people more, like lecture to them.
Yeah. Okay. Not speaking to your roommate for a whole week.
That was trash.
Just
Like my
trash.
roommate.
Yeah, I don't think I could do that. It's
Yeah.
impossible.
Yeah, I mean, for example, if you have like different schedules, sometimes it might happen because my roommates they wake up early. I have classes from noon, so I meet them only like in the evening,
Yeah.
not like every day. But like if you see this person and you just like don't talk, it's cringe.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's tough.
Yeah. Okay, joining a club and quitting after 2 meetings.
Quitting. I haven't done that, but
Yeah.
I guess I pass.
I mean, that's the best of pass. If you don't like the club, like,
Yeah,
don't,
that's true.
don't waste your time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course. You can.
I've had my fair share, but yeah.
I'm quitting clubs.
Well, you know, like whenever you're like a fresh and you're like, oh my god, I've joined so many clubs and I haven't went to a single meeting, but it's fine. But yeah, quick plug, join ski club.
Ski club.
Ski
Yeah.
club. It's honestly it's a good time because you like it's a good excuse to shred the slopes with
Yeah.
other ski clubs.
That's a cool club too. Because I mean, there's not really other meetings
Yeah.
unless
Unless
watch
it's
like the Winter Olympics or something.
yeah,
Yeah.
really.
Next one. Following your professor on Instagram.
Trash.
Yeah.
I'm not-
Trash.
Like
There's maybe like one or two I would follow, and
Yeah.
that's it.
on LinkedIn, definitely.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I have a couple high school teachers on my Instagram, but I only added them after I graduated.
Yeah, I
so
still
Fair
can't
enough.
do
Yeah,
that.
fair enough.
I would.
If they follow me
like after I
first.
graduate, I would.
Yeah,
I'd
that's
look them
fair.
up.
Wow. So your professors they followed you.
Like if they follow me first, I'm gonna follow back because that's just rude.
I-
But it's like all professional.
I
Yeah.
feel like they would.
So like to have a drink with professor is okay, but not to follow.
Like I wouldn't
for
recommend
both.
following first.
No, definitely
Wait for
not.
them to follow you.
I doubt they ever will follow you either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or like if they like put their like email and like stuff on the board,
Yeah.
then it's like okay, but
You can. I know people who text like their teachers because they get in their
Yeah.
numbers.
yeah.
Okay. Starting a relationship the first week of school.
Trash.
Yeah. No.
You just got to school. I mean,
Yeah. Right.
why would you go into it? I don't know. People are different.
That is true.
Someone could
I-
be looking for a relationship,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
but
It's a lot of stress. You already have like so much going on.
right.
Some
And you're
people
like
need,
still
like-
getting to know everything, and then you're trying to hold on to your past while you're trying to like get a new future, and it's tough. And then you're never able to like fully commit to where you're at because you're still like
yeah, the long distance.
Sure.
Are you talking long distance or like?
I'm just talking about holding
Same
on to
school.
things from the past
Oh,
whenever
yeah.
you're just
Yeah.
trying to move forward.
But like, say you meet someone in the first week of being at FU, and like, I guess you're just in love with them. Would you date them?
It depends.
Maybe
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
if it was the right guy.
I don't know. Honestly, I think that it's best to like keep your options open.
Yeah.
Because yeah, if you close yourself off, then you're like you don't know what you're closing yourself off to who knows what.
Yeah.
And it's just
Yeah, definitely trash.
Yeah, I mean I remember when I was a freshman, like there were like few couples, just like guys, girls, like at the beginning in September, and they all broke up in October.
Oh my
You're right.
gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I remember like my friend, she was so sad about that, so she
But I
didn't
mean,
care about classes.
How long did she know him for? Like a week? Because I mean,
Like
you can't really.
2-3 weeks maybe.
That's
Uh,
crazy.
That's not enough time. I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and then like they
Just
broke
can't
up
know
because
her.
he was too pushy.
Mhm.
Right.
And yeah, so
That's
she was
tough.
scared, etc.
Yeah.
Did you guys live on like co-ed floors in freshman year? No.
What?
I lived on like a co-ed. It was a co-ed floor, but like half the side was guys, half the side was girls. But I had friends who lived like it was guy, girl, guy.
Yeah.
I'm like,
That's when it gets
crazy.
crazy.
Yeah. I'm sure it's fun though.
It's fun. It's fun until like your roommate starts dating the guy down the hall, and
yeah.
it's like, oh wait.
Yeah.
And the last one, pretending to be on a call to avoid small talk.
Oh yeah.
Pass.
Bad.
Done.
Pass?
Done.
Really?
I've done this so many
depends.
times.
Like it depends who it is. Like if it's like people trying to stop you to talk to you about something, then I'm just like, I'm not talking to you. I gotta go to class. But if it's one of your friends, I'm like, I'll talk to him.
I'll say hey. You can keep it brief. I'm saying trash. I don't
Really?
agree with
Oh,
that.
I do this all the time. It's like my go-to.
Really?
Like, and especially like maybe you're somewhere and like it's not going good. Pick up the phone. They're like, sorry, I gotta pick up someone from the airport.
What?
Every time.
But then
Wow.
don't you feel bad about lying?
No.
No? No? I feel a little guilty.
Like, and you could be calling someone. Like,
Yeah,
you are
you could.
talking.
I thought we were faking phone calls. I'm talking about fake ones.
Like, you say pretending.
Yeah, like you just put your phone up to your ear and start talking to each other.
Imagine at the same time, there's a camera that's
Mm.
turned on, and like the other person like can see that you're not talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, no, you always have to hide the screen.
Yeah.
Well, it turns black when you put it to your cheek, though. So.
But it's iPhone, you know. If it's an iPhone, it's sometimes like it
It'll
turns
turn
on.
on.
Like
If you
And
tap it with
it's
your
your
hand.
own screen.
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, excuse me, talking right now. Yeah. So that's a wrap on Campus Talk. We appreciate your watching and listening to our podcast, whether you watched us once or binge watched. We love you all. Thank you for being with us, and let's stay tuned.